And once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sharing your time. We're going to listen now to our final presenter for the day, Jean Michelle Canales. So before we proceed, Jean, let me introduce again the panelists. You already know them. We have Miss Erin, the junior high school coordinator, and Sir Sam, who is the academic coordinator of the school.
Good afternoon, Jean,
Welcome, sir.
Michelle.
Okay.
Good afternoon,
So your
sir. Miss
statistician
Karen.
is Miss Danica Maypara. So without further ado, please share your screen and start the presentation.
Good afternoon to everyone. So this afternoon, I'm going to present my research proposal, which is entitled Effectiveness of Educational TikTok Videos in Increasing Student Interest in Studying English 7.
Excuse, please, slideshow.
Oh,
The slideshow. Please continue.
Again, the title of my research proposal is Effectiveness of Educational TikTok Videos in Increasing Student Interest in Studying English 7. Hello. So the rationale of my study, TikTok is a popular social media app that allows users to create, watch, and share 15 seconds video shot on mobile devices or webcams. Student interest in a topic holds so much power. Student thoughts about technology in education prove modern trends, especially TikTok, to be efficient tools for learning, engagement, and development. The research of Jacobs et al. 2022, entitled More Than Just Engaging, TikTok as an effective learning tool, shows that TikTok has a positive influence on the learner's performance. Based on the information above, the researcher was compelled to conduct a study on the educational TikTok videos as a learning tool. Theoretical background: Connectivism learning theory. Connectivism is about on the idea that digital technology brings people together and creates new learning opportunities. It is an intersection between human interaction and digital technology that supports a continuous learning environment. This theory accepts technology as a major factor in the learning process. In fact, this theory promotes the idea that learning can successfully happen through digital channels, including social media, forums, videos, and blogs. By 360-2022. Digital learning. Digital learning is a learning tool based on the use of new digital tools to enable learners to learn in a different way, it has to be face-to-face, distance learning, or blended learning. IPAG, IPAG 2021. This gives students complete flexibility over when and where they study, and enabling them to take control over the best time to study for themselves, as well as how much and access to a global community. Digital learning can help students and teachers to get better understanding of the most effective teaching methods for them, helping the delivery of teaching and learning to be more effective. This can be used to connect students from around the world without the need for them to be confined to the same room. One of the greatest benefits of digital learning is that it can help to enhance student accountability by giving students more control over their own education, what they are studying, and how they are studying it. They will also have more accountability over their progress. Although this should not mean that educational institution leaves the responsibility solely with the student. It does mean that the student can have a degree ownership over their education. Walters, 2022. The use of learning connected lesson learning to conduct the current study assume that learning can successfully happen through digital channels, including TikTok and other social media platforms. In addition, it is an intersection between human interaction and digital technology that supports a continuous learning environment. Thus, it will give the conductors of the study to understand the effectiveness of educational TikTok videos in increasing student interest in studying English 7. Statement of the problem. This research aims to assess the effectiveness of educational TikTok videos in increasing student interest in studying English 7 for the proposed learning material. Specifically, it aims to answer the following questions. Number 1, what are the greatest performances of the control using the traditional strategy and experimental using the educational TikTok videos groups based on the DepEd MELC for English 7? What? Oh, use appropriate reading strategy for scanning, skimming, and close reading. Number 2, what are the post-test performances of control using the traditional strategy and experimental using the educational TikTok videos groups based on the upper-cited learning competency? Number 3, are there significant differences in the pre and post-test scores of the student from the controlled and experimental groups based on the mentioned learning competency? Number 4, based on the findings, what learning material can be crafted? Significance of the study. Students. The study is beneficial for the students as it will provide them with information about TikTok that can be also used as a learning tool. Teachers. The study is beneficial for teachers as it will provide them with information about TikTok that can be also used as a learning materials. School. The study is beneficial for schools as it will provide them with information about TikTok that can be also used as a learning materials. The school may allow the teacher to use TikTok as a learning tool. Future research participants. The study is beneficial for the future research participant because they can get important details about the result of this research regarding the effectiveness of educational TikTok videos in English 7. Research methodology. Design. Experimental research. Respondent. grade 7 student of Section Newton of Purdue Knight High School. Environment, Purdue National High School. Instrument, the first part of the questionnaire is a pre-test and the second part of the questionnaire is a post-test. Data gathering procedure. After the approval of the Research Advisory Committee, the researcher will proceed to ask permission from the principal of Purdue National High School. Treatment of data. Sample mean, standard deviation, and sample test. T-test. Definition of terms. Close reading. It means reading and reflecting to come new conclusions and understanding about the ideas that text sets up. Effectiveness. It is the capability to produce the desired result or the ability to produce the desired output. Scanning. It is reading rapidly in order to find specific facts. Significance of the difference. It is a measurable difference between the groups. Statistically, the probability of obtaining that difference by chance is very small, usually less than 5%. Skimming. It is reading rapidly in order to get a general overview of the material. TikTok, a social media app that allows users to create, watch, and share 15 seconds video shot on mobile devices. Pretest questionnaire. Number 1. During the online class, the teacher of Zia told them to read the Cinderella story while reflecting to come to new conclusions and understanding about the story that takes out. What reading strategy did the scenario perform? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 2. After they were reading the Cinderella story, while stuck upon the teacher of Zia asked her to answer this question. When did the Cinderella have to leave the ball? Zia took a look at her book and said it was midnight. Then the teacher said, "That was impressive. Keep going, Zia." Zia kept going. What reading strategy did Zia use? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 3. The teacher of Zia found another student, and it was a boy named Yuan. The teacher asked him, how could the prince find Cinderella? Yuan took a look at his book and said, he found a woman to try on the shoe which Cinderella lost. The teacher said, very good, Yuan. What reading strategy did Yuan use? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 4. Afterwards, the teacher of Zia asked Yuan a question again. The question was, what did Cinderella drop at the ball? He took a look at his book and said, a shoe. What reading strategy did Yuan use? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 5. The grade 7 English teacher told his grade 7 student to read the paragraph about discrimination. After the grade 7 student finished reading the paragraph, the teacher asked them what is the general idea of the paragraph. The grade 7 student said it is a discrimination. The teacher was so happy to hear their answer. What reading strategy did they use in order to answer it quickly? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 6. The grade 6 English teacher told her student to read the Beauty and the Beast story. The English teacher also told them to read the story with understanding about the story that the text sets out. What reading strategy did the scenario perform? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 6. Number 7. After they were reading The Beauty and the Beast story while the book was still open, the teacher asked one of her students to answer this question. What is the name of the father of Belle? The student said it is Maurus. What reading strategy did he use in order to answer it quickly? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skim. D. Deep reading. Number 8. The teacher found another student and it was a boy named Sian. The teacher asked him how many daughters does the merchant have. Sian said, the merchant has 3 daughters. What reading strategy did he use in order to answer it quickly? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Number 9. The teacher found another student and it was a girl named Anne. The teacher asked her what did the bell ask her father to bring. She took a look at her book and said, it is a rose. What reading strategy should she use in order to answer? What reading strategy did Anne use to answer it quickly? A. Close reading. B. Scanning. C. Skimming. D. Deep reading. Hostess questionnaire. Type story. Never tell a lie. There was a boy named Michael who lived in a village. He had a bad habit of telling lies. He always lied to others and made fun of them. He used to take his sheep to the nearby forest for grazing. He daily went to the forest with his flock of sheep to graze. One day, as he was grazing his sheep, he had a plan in his mind. He planned to fool the people of the village. He cried loudly, the lion, please help. He cried and again in a loud voice. The villagers heard the boy crying for help. They ran to him with guns, axes, swords, and hammers to counter the lion and to save the boy. When they reached there, the boy looked at them and laughed. He said, you are poor innocent people. I was just kidding. There is no lion here. He began to laugh aloud. The villagers were angry. They went back. A few days later, the boy did the same thing again. The villager came to help him, but there was no lion. They went back, cursing the boy. 3 or 4 days later, a real lion came there. The boy was very afraid. He started crying for help. He shouted to the villagers, help, help, there's a real lion here. I swear I did not lie this time. But the villagers thought that the boy might be kidding and joking to them. They heard him crying for help, but they remained busy in their course. The boy saved his life by climbing a tree. The lion killed many of the boy's sheep. When the lion went away, the boy got down the tree and went to the village. He complained to the villagers for their carelessness behavior. They all told him that his lie caused him damage. The boy was ashamed of his own acts. He promised the villagers and himself that he would never tell a lie again. Follow-up questions. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1 is, what is the story all about? Number 2, what reading strategy did you use to answer the number 1 question? Number 3, what is the story all about? What is the title of the story rather? Number 4, who are the characters in the story? Number 5, how did the boy save his life from the lion? Number 6, what kind of animals he used to take Number to forest for grazing? Number 7, what reading strategy did you use to answer the question from number 6 to 6? Number 3 to 6? Number 8, what did you learn in the story? Last question. Number 9, what reading strategy did you use to answer the question number 8? That's all, and thank you.
Jean, please show your TikTok videos, please.
Sir ka no? Pwede, shit, di, shit.
Nasa imong phone?
Yes, sir, naara sa kong phone. Na-save.
Wala day nakasave sa imong computer?
Wala, sir.
Perhaps nakita na siguro ni Miss Karen o Sir Sam kaya ako naman tong nahatag.
Naman ka sa Jesus, sir.
Sige.
Oo,
So thank you for the presentation, Jean. So now let's entertain questions for the panelists. Let's start from with Sir Sam, sir.
Okay, Jane, no?
Yes, sir.
Michelle. Kanang pwede na makita ang title mo dai. Balik dai. Okay, effectiveness of educational TikTok videos and increasing student. Okay, so pwede ni mo ma-explain dai. Ma-relate ni mo sa kuan sa
concept.
Oh.
Mag-set kog example, sir?
Sige, pwede.
Nakuan mo kog kuan nga title, sir, kay namo kog ganahan nga TikToker sad, sir, niya. Nindot bitaw kayang pag-deliver bitaw makakuan jud nimo ba?
Sa may content niya dai sa TikTok niya. TikTok niya dai.
Kuan siyang mga content bitaw, sir, unsay mga alternative nga ingon nimo sa thank you or you're welcome kana napatoy uban, sir, nga kanang pag-pronounce pag bitaw, sir, ingana kanang nainggan niyo ganahan jud ko sa imo lesson, sir, ba mong ganahan sa kuan nimo kuan ba. Pero
so nganong sa particular grade level man dai English 7 also og English ra dai wala lay 7
kay kung English, sir, daghan mo gunang gipasabot, sir, daghan mo present. Halimbawa, grade 9 niya sa research ba ingon ni Sir Ryle dapat specific. Yes, sir.
So katong video nga ganahan nimo sa TikToker makapahatag nimo og interest,
Yes, sir.
ma-associate nimo sa English na subject.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay rin, salamat din. Kamis ka rin. Yung tanong is,
Thank you so much, Sir Sam. Actually, it
sige
was
sir.
just simply aligned for the curriculum of English 7, in which there's the
Okay.
skimming, reading, and close reading, skimming, and scanning. Kay kuan at least ma-prove siya, sir, pinaagi o kana ganing sa school. Oo. Kay students man niya ma'am niya ang gusto. Amot ani nila silang tuloron ay puro min sila education. Gusto siguro sila magmaestra. Okay.
Okay sir, naali na sa curriculum.
Nasa curriculum, sir. Ang gipilian ni niya nga curriculum is kuan ni siya. Sa ganito dai second quarter ba ni o first quarter?
First quarter niya, last lesson.
First
According to
quarter
plan.
niya, last lesson, sir. Mo nang gaapas ni siya ron kay para maka-gather na siya og data kay hapit na ba dai? Hapit na i-discuss the teacher? Hapit na i-discuss, sir.
Sige sir, salamat
Oo.
na
Okay. Miss Karen? Sige, sir.
Kamis.
Sige, sir.
Nagmangutanahay, maganda may Miss Karen.
Sige, miss.
Actually, kanang
Ma'am, I can
share.
Putol,
Sir
miss.
Sam,
Sige, miss.
madunggan ako?
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Okay. So actually, nag-sharing mi ni kuan ani ni Sir Sam. Kay di siya kuan ba, di siya familiar. Actually, di sad ko kuan ani for like mga TikTok. So medyo naglibog pud mi ni Sir Sam kung unsa ang imuhang buot ipa kuan ani imuhang study. Pero since this is in line sa DepEd, no? So diri lang ko nagkuan sa imuhang questionnaire. Napay pre-test ug kuan. Pre-test ug post-test. So mao ni siya ang ilahang gikuan kay nganong lahi ang lahi ang pre-test, no? Ang kati mong gibasa ganina ba? About ni siya sa Cinderella. Unsa ni ang pre-test about?
Kanang kuan siya mama, situational nga question na gi-perform bitaw niya ang mga reading strategy.
Reading strategy nga mao pud siya gigamit sa so ang pre-test nimo using traditional ug ang experimental nga educational TikTok video. So this is also ang gamit didto sa kuan sa katong sa TikTok video, di ba? Mao man sad ni ang imong gamit. So asa to nimo nakuha ang video na
Ako
TikTok?
wala to hubang kay tugan ng kuan.
Ikaw naghimo adto?
Tapos man kanang bago pa jud kay ko nag-learn pug mga editing jud kay dili sad kay ko kanang kuan hilig ra jud ko mutan-aw. Nya karon ako na jud gi-push akong kugaling na ikuan na lang jud buhaton.
Kay sa ihang kuan sir, ato bang sa statement niya sa problem, pre-test performance versus sa experimental? Ano ba na ang
Yes,
kuan sir? So sa ihang questionnaire sir, mo na to siya nga kuan sir, okay na to siya.
Sir. Miss. Balig kuan, two group mining iya ha. So naay estudyante sa usa ka section nga 50 ka buok. 50 ka pin?
53 sila ka buok ba?
53. Naay tungaon to siya, miss, niya. So mahog og 26, 27, iapil na lang tong isa. So ang usaad to gamitan og traditional nga teaching, chalk on board ba or discussion. Ang usaad to gamitan adtong TikTok video. Mao to'y sharean sa TikTok video nga mao ni mao to'y balik mo explain sa ilahang lesson. So before na siya i-discuss, kadtong kuan hatagan sa pre-test tanan same. Ya after naglahi na ang kuan intervention, igkatapusan same post-test.
Okay. So for this one
So more or less pareho kang Robbie. Oh,
Oo,
na naay pre-test, naay post-test. Pre-test, post-test ni
oo.
siya.
Ko to kay Robby. So, so okay ra kuan na si Sir Sam. Ang kuan ra gud na nakuan lang ko gamay sa questionnaire ba. I thought kay lahi man gud siya. Kay ang nakuan ako is comparing siya sa post-test ug sa pre-test pero same ang lang ang topic but the
Ah,
post-test
ah,
niya kay different man about siya
mm,
sa lion and never tell a lie niya
ah.
isa kay sa process so mulo na
Bisag
siya
unsa
akong
gito, actually
ali
bisag unsa ra nga kuan to miss, story ang sa pre-test kung imong ma-notice, just to check lang to sa iyaha kung ang mga bata nabagod sila na hinumduman or nahibaw-an about scheming, scanning ug close
Oo,
reading.
mo jud na akong gusto ko.
Ang
so
post-test
ang
mao na dayon
kuan na
koy actual na actual nga kuan story. Gipapili na ko siya mubo lang nga story nga ma-applyan na dayon og scanning, scheming og close reading questions.
mm, so ang iyang videos na TikTok so siya ra pud nagkuan nag-edit katong
No, miss,
isa
para di sa
sa
makapiright.
ikaw ra pud nag-edit atong tanan as itong isa nga namurag na board something na
Yes, mga
blackboard
ma'am.
ah, okay so that's it para nakuha na pud ko na-clarify ra gamay no for that one kay parehaming Sir Sam medyo nagkuan mi siya kung nganong inato ang sa kuan ba English siya unya particular lang not dili siya sa tanan nga as in for the whole jud ba nga English ma-satisfy jud sila or ma-interest sila for the TikTok one. Okay, so this is
So mao tong
specific
sa SOP miss na mention dito kung unsa ra gyud nga topic sa English English nga grade 7.
mm, so that's it. So let us see your results for this one. No? Okay, okay na.
Okay, thank you
Naka-get
so
na ko.
sige. Thank you so much Miss Karen and Sir Sam for the wonderful discussion. So hopefully Jean can present no his research before the end of the year. Okay. But for sure no, she will be able to present. So thank you so much. You may take your graceful exit, please, Jean. Stand by for a while.